Hello everyone, welcome back to another Spirit Island playthrough. In this video, I am playing Sharp Fangs Behind the Leaves going up against Sweden 6. So, um, Sharp Fangs Behind the Leaves has the special rules Ally of the Beasts. Your presence may move with beasts, so whenever a beast moves, you can move your presence with it. Call forth predators. During each spirit phase, you may replace one of your presents with one beast. The replaced presence leaves the game. Something unique about Sharp Fangs Behind the Leaves, as opposed to every other spirit I've played so far, you get to pick 2 out of 4 growth options instead of just 1. So you can pay 1 energy to reclaim cards and gain a power card. You can add a presence to a jungle or a land with beasts at a range of 3. You can gain 1 energy and gain a power card, or you can gain 3 energy. For innate powers, we have Ranging Hunt. With 2 animal, you may gather a beast. 2 plant, 3 animal, 1 damage per beast. 2 animal, you may push up to 2 beasts. And then we have Frenzied Assault. Slow, range of 1, targeting the land with beast. 1 moon, 1 fire, 4 animal. 1 fear, 2 damage, remove a beast. 1 moon, 2 fire, 5 animal. An additional fear, and an additional damage. So, Sharp Fang Behind the Leaves is going to be the first beast spirit I've played so far, I believe. And they are a really, really interesting spirit. So, Sharp Fangs Behind the Leaves is not one of the strongest spirits in the game, but they aren't one of the weakest either. They exist in this really weird middle ground where you can get a lot of success with Sharp Fangs Behind the Leaves if you are experienced with them. Unfortunately, I am not one of those people. I'm extremely inexperienced with Sharp Fangs Behind the Leaves. I'll get a few wins every now and then, but I definitely struggle with this spirit more often than not. So I don't have a ton of high hopes for this playthrough, but I will do my best. So we will begin by exploring the wetlands. So put an explorer in each wetland. And then we have 4 unique powers. We have Prey on the Builders, 1 energy, fast, range of 0, target any land. You may gather a beast. If target land has beasts, invaders do not build there this turn. Terrifying Chase, 1 energy, slow, range of 0, target any land. Push 2 explorers, towns, or Dahan, and then push another 2 explorers, towns, or Dahan per beast in target land. And if you pushed any invaders, gain 2 fear. We have 2 near the jungle, 0 energy, slow, range of 1 from a jungle that has your presence, targeting any land, 1 fear, destroy an explorer. And then Teeth Gleam from Darkness, 1 energy, slow, 1 range from a jungle that has your presence, targeting land without blight, 1 fear, add a beast, or if target land has both beast and invaders, gain 3 fear. So Sharp Fangs Behind the Leaves is a lot more of a tempo spirit, from what I gather. I feel like they really want to try to get ahead of the invaders early because they don't have a ton of damage. They have build prevention, they have a little bit of damage on their card, they have a lot of pushing, but they don't have any like really big bomb effects. So it can be very difficult to win using Sharp Fangs Behind the Leaves if you fall behind early on. And the problem with Sweden 6 is that you already start the game very far behind because there's 2 cities, 2 towns, everything does extra damage. So I don't, even though Sweden is technically the easiest adversary out of all of them, I don't know if this is a particularly good matchup. But we will see what happens. So I think I'm probably going to go bottom track. Although the additional animal... I could get the additional animal. Maybe just go top track. I tend to like going top track with Sharp Fangs, actually. For those extra elements, and then get a bunch of energy and play majors. So we'll see. I will begin by gaining an energy and gaining a power card. And it will be a minor power card. So gain an energy, gain a minor power. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have Favor of the Sun and Starlit Dark. Skies herald the season of return. Rouse the trees and stones. And Pull beneath the hungry earth. So I think I'm going to go with Skies herald the season of return, because this gives me... I can add Destroyed Presence to the board, Gather Dahan. In particular, I can push Blight out of a land to make it easier to use my innate that can deal damage in a land without Blight. And more critically, this is a card that has both plant and animal, which are arguably my most... Well, not arguably. I think they are Fang's most important elements. So... I will go ahead and grab that, and then I'll also go ahead and add a presence to this jungle. Okay. So I want to try to get ahead of the invaders. I can kill one of the explorers with my ranging hunt innate. I could use Prey on the Builders to prevent the other build, but I think instead I could use Terrifying Chase to push it out. Get a little bit of fear. Maybe do something like this. Because they're going to explore sands or mountains next. Mountains, and then either way, I can destroy and explore to prevent one of those builds. And then Terrifying Chase. Yeah, because I can gather a beast, do 1 damage there, push the beast into this wetland, and then be at range 0 to push them into... I don't know if I want to push them into that jungle. I might have to. Then I can destroy an explorer for whatever explores, and then use Prey on the Builders to prevent the other build. And that can put me extremely far ahead, because then I can Skies herald the season of return, and then get some... get ahead by dealing damage to some of these other buildings, maybe. I think this is a good plan. So we're going to do this. So fast power... Well, first off, I gain 1 energy from my track as well. So I'll pay 1 energy to play Terrifying Chase. And then fast powers, I have 2 animal, 3 animal, plus my... oh no, I don't have a second plant, though. Oh. Oh no. So that's not nearly as good. I mean, instead of this, I could play Teeth Gleam from Darkness, which gives me the exact same... energy cost, but I don't get to deal with this wetland. Or this wetland, depending. But I do get an extra beast. Maybe in this jungle. Try to take care of some of these buildings, maybe. Maybe this town, if I can. Because I could push that blight out of there. Okay, we'll do this. So now I have 3 animal, 2 plant, so I can do 1 damage per beast in a land. So I will target this wetland, gather a beast into here, deal 1 damage, and then push up to 2 beasts. And so I'll go ahead and push this. Tricky. I don't know if I should push it into this wetland or into this jungle, so that way there are 2 beasts here to kill this town later. I'm not sure. Not sure. I think I want to try to kill this town as quickly as possible. I mean, the only thing that isolates is... Well, I guess it gets rid of both the jungle and the wetland. I am thinking a lot this game. I'll push it here. This will be fine. This will be fine. Okay. Build in the wetlands. This will build. And then we will explore the sands. Okay. So this will get an explorer. This will get an explorer. Scoochies over. And then I will use 2 near the jungle, 1 fear, destroy an explorer at a range of 1 from a presence. I will destroy this explorer in this blighted land. Fantastic. And then Teeth Glean from Darkness. I will gain another fear and add a beast to... I can add it anywhere except for this jungle and this sand. So I'll add it to this wetland. Okay. Cool. That'll go away. Now I will go back to growth phase. I will gain an energy and gain a power card. I will gain another minor power here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have Entrancing Apparitions, Gift of Living Energy, Unquenchable Flames, and Rites of the Land's Rejection. So this is another build prevention. We have Defend 2, which is pretty terrible against Sweden. But it is a fast gathering of explorers. Gift of Living Energy. Unquenchable Flames. The Badlands could be interesting here. The problem is that they require Sacred Sites, and I feel like Sacred Sites with Sharp Fangs are kind of hard to make. I think I'll take the Rites of the Land's Rejection for some build prevention, and then we'll add a presence to this jungle to make a Sacred Site. And with 2 card plays, I'm going to gain 1 energy from my track. I'm going to play Skies Herald the Season of Return. And I will prey on the builders. This will be 2 energy. I'm not sure how I'm going to kill this town, but I will try. So with these two, oh yeah, and I'm going to replace this presence in this jungle with a beast. Okay, so, oh wait, no, this is only range 0. Ooh. I was hoping I could prevent this build with that. Okay, we'll do Terrifying Chase. Okay, well, I have 3 animal and 2 plant, so I will target this wetland. I will deal 2 damage to kill this town and generate a fear, and then push these 2 beasts into this jungle. And then use Sky's Herald this Season of Return to gather a Dahan into this jungle and push out this blight into this wetland. And then that concludes the fast phase. The wetlands will ravage, this explorer will die, the sand will build a town, and then they will explore the sands again. So this will get an explorer, this will get an explorer, and then unfortunately one of these Dahan will become a town. Not ideal. Pretty abysmal, actually. Maybe I should have taken the blight there? Because Terrifying Chase doesn't really do a whole lot. But I'll go ahead and push this town and Dahan, and then 2 more Dahan into this mountain, and then gain 2 fear, I suppose. Okay. Next, what am I going to do? I'm going to gain 1 energy, and I'm going to gain a major power here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We have Mists of Oblivion, Cleansing Floods, Pillars of Living Flame, and Blazing Renewal. Not what I was looking for, even remotely. Still, 3 fear, 5 damage. It is slow, but it could sort of help me dip into this sands a little bit. I think I'll take Pillars of Living Flame. Okay, and then I have to forget something. I will forget Terrifying Chase. I don't think I'm going to get a lot of use out of it. And then I will add a presence from top track, placing a presence in this jungle, and then gain 2 energy from my track, and then play Prey on the Builders and Rights of the Land's Rejection for 2 energy. Okay, this will give me 2 animal. Unfortunately, nothing else. So I can gather a beast and then push up to 2 beasts. So I will first use Rights of the Land's Rejection to make invaders not build in a target land. Then generate 1 fear per building or 1 fear per Dahan, whichever is less. So I will use this to prevent them from building in this sand and generate 1 fear for the Dahan there. Then I will target this jungle with my innate to gather a beast and then push up to 2 beasts. So I'll push 1 beast into this sand and then 1 beast into... Oh, they're going to ravage there though. Maybe I just push the 1 beast. I think that's all I'll do for now. And then I'll use Prey on the Builders to target this land at range 0, and then they will not build here this turn either. Okay. We get a Fear card. Wary of the Interior. Each player removes 1 explorer from an inland land. Well, there's only 1 option. A little unfortunate, but it is what it is. They will Ravage, so this Dahan will die. This is going to be dealt like 8 damage, so it's going to get double Blight. And then level 5 Sweden doesn't trigger because there are no adjacent lands without buildings. At least I'm assuming that's how that works. Then they attempt to build there, but it is prevented. And then they explore the wetlands. So both of these will get an explorer, and then unfortunately, this Dahan is going to become a town. Oof. And unfortunately no slow, so this will go away. And then this turn I'm going to pay 1 energy to reclaim my cards and gain a power card. I'll go ahead and gain a minor power. 1, 2, 3. Or do I want to try to gain another major and potentially forget the pillar? I think I'll grab another major. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We have Melt Earth into Quicksand, Weave Together the Fabric of Place, Walls of Rock and Thorn, and Paralyzing Fright. Oh boy. I mean, that is a lot of fear. And it would skip this Ravage. I'm going to take Paralyzing Fright. And then I'm going to forget the Pillars of Living Flame that I got earlier. Whoops. And then I'm going to gain 3 energy. And then I will gain 2 energy from my track. And then I will play Paralyzing Fright, and I will Prey on the Builders. So that'll be a total of 5 energy. So I have 2 animal with this and my track. So I will use my innate first to target this jungle and gather a beast there. And then I will use... No, I will gather a beast and then push it into this land with the Blight, and then I will use Prey on the Builders to stop them from building there. And then I will use a Paralyzing Fright to gain... Oh. I have a Sacred Site up there, but I don't have one here. Ooh. What if I... I have to play it this turn. Otherwise this land is going to get cooked. Okay. Hold on. So... I need a Sacred Site here. But... if I place a presence here... I spent 5 energy. If I place a presence, I won't have this 3 energy. And so I won't be able to play Paralyzing Fright this turn. Because this is going to get like 3 blight if I do that. So, man. I really want this extra presence to get this animal element and a Sacred Site here. So I guess I'll target this land to gather this beast into here and then push up to 2 beasts. But then Prey on the Builders isn't very good. Man. I'll go 2 near the jungle instead. While still gaining the 3 energy. Then I'll spend 4 energy for Paralyzing Fright, getting a Fear card, stopping this from ravaging because I have a Sacred Site at a range of 1. And that'll be it for fast powers. Then I will use this Fear card. Each player adds a strife in a land with Blight. Well, I guess this Explorer is getting a strife on it. And then the sands will ravage. This will be skipped. The wetlands will build. So this will get a city. This will get a town. And then they're going to explore the mountains. So this will get an Explorer. This will get an Explorer. This will all move over. And then 2 near the jungle, 1 fear, destroy an Explorer. I'll destroy this Explorer in this mountain. And then everything will go away. Now I'm going to add another presence to this jungle, and then I'm going to replace it with a beast. And then I'm going to play Skies Herald the Season of Return. I think. What else would I be doing this turn? I'm going to hit the gain 3 energy button again. Not for this turn, but for next turn. And so with this single card, I have my entire left innate because I have 3 animal and 2 plant. So that allows me to play anything else on my other card to try to deal with stuff. And I am going to Rites of the Land's Rejection. So this will... I'll have gained 3 energy from that. I'll gain 2 energy from my track. And then I'll pay 2 energy to play these 2 cards. And so I'm going to Skies Herald the Season of Return to push this Blight out and gather 1 Dawn. And then I will Rites of the Land's Rejection to prevent this from building. and then gain 1 fear, which will give me a fear card. Then I will use my innate to gather... Ooh. I can't kill this town if I do that. Ah! Because it's only gathering 1 beast. This spirit is hard. Spirit is really hard. Woof. Dude. I don't want to take both of that blight. I kind of thought I was going to be able to kill it. Okay, well, I guess I'll use my innate in this jungle to deal 1 damage per beast and kill this city to generate 2 fear. And then it can push up to 2 beasts somewhere else. So push 2 beasts into this mountain, I guess. Man, not my favorite. Okay, fear card. Hopefully it'll do something good for me. So, yeah. Fear card. On each board, add a strife to a building in a land not matching a Ravage card. If only it was matching a Ravage card. Okay, I'll do that into this mountain. So that'll solve that at least. Unfortunately, this wetland is going to Ravage and Blight, and the Blight card is Unnatural Proliferation. Immediately, each spirit adds 1 presence to a land with their presence. On each board, add a Dahan to a land with Dahan, and 2 cities to the land with the fewest buildings. Yeah. So, add a presence here. Add Dahan to a land with Dahan. I'll do that here as well. And 2 cities in the land with the fewest buildings, which is... I'll do that in this jungle, because it could be this jungle or this sand, and I'll choose that jungle, and then 3 blight per player. And then this wetland will get another blight, which will cause a town to be put into the sand, and then this will get a blight. 1 of these Dahan will die. And then this Dahan will fight back, killing the town, generating a fear. This strife will go away. Then they will build in the mountain. This one's prevented from disease. This one's prevented from rights of land's rejection. And then they will explore in the jungle. So, explore in this jungle. Explore in this jungle. That's fine. Oh boy. No slow. And then I'm going to spend 1 energy to reclaim and gain a power card. 1, 2, 3, 4. Territorial Strife, Weeping for What Is Lost, Sky Stretches to Shore, Mesmerize Tranquility. I'm going to take Weep for What Is Lost, maybe? I mean, Sky Stretches to Shore could do something. I guess I'll take Sky Stretches to Shore just in case. I don't know if the others are going to do a whole lot for me. And then I'll go ahead and add another presence to the board. So I'll add 1 to this mountain, I think. No, I'll add 1 to this jungle, and then I'll turn 1 of these into a beast. Okay. And then I will gain 4 energy from my track. Good. And then I'm going to Paralyzing Fright for 4 energy. And then I will play Teeth Gleam from Darkness. No. Then I will play 2 near the jungle for 0 energy. I think. So this will give me the max of my left innate. So I will gather a beast into this jungle, deal 3 damage there, killing an explorer town, getting a fear, generating a fear card, going up to terror level 2, and then I can push 2 beasts. So I'll push 2 beasts into this city, or this mountain. Then it will Paralyzing Fright, generating 4 fear, which is another fear card, and skipping this Mountain Ravage. And then that will be the end of the fast phase. I have 2 Terror level 2 fear cards. So we have each player adds a strife in a land with presence. Each spirit gains 1 energy per sacred site they have in lands with invaders. So that's 1 energy. And then I get to add a strife in a land with presence. So they're skipping this Ravage here. So I'll actually go ahead and put a strife here, and that strife will be preserved. Well, I'm also planning on killing this city soon anyway. But there aren't a ton of options other than like one of these cities up here. I'll put a strife on one of these cities up here. Maybe it'll somehow be relevant. Okay. And then we have Dahan Threaten. Each player adds strife in a land with Dahan. For the rest of this turn, invaders have -1 health per strife to a minimum of 1. Strife in a land with Dahan, huh? I guess this explorer will get a strife. Ravage the mountains. This town will die to the Dahan, generating a fear. This mountain is skipped. And then jungles build. This will get a town. And then we will explore jungles and wetlands. So, wetland, jungle. And then I will use 2 near the jungle to gain 1 fear and destroy this explorer in this jungle, so I just don't have to worry about it. Okay. Next turn, I will pay 1 energy, reclaim, gain a minor power. 1, 2. Or do I try to gain another major? I'll look for another major. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have dissolved the bonds of kinship. The trees and stones speak of war. Poisoned land and thickets erupt with every touch of breeze. 3 plant. I unfortunately can't do that. But if I do poisoned land, it adds blight. Unfortunate. I could take this and then try to get like a sacrifice victory by getting to terror level 3 and killing like the cities, maybe. Or I just take thickets erupt with every touch of breeze. I'll take poisoned land, and I will get rid of prey on the builders. Okay. Oh, I'm going to... So as my reclaim and gain a power card, I'm going to place a presence in this jungle, and then I'll replace that presence with a beast. Okay. Then we'll gain 4 energy from my track. Then we'll play Paralyzing Fright and and I'll play Teeth Gleam from Darkness, so that is 5 energy. Paralyzing Fright, targeting this land, skipping all actions there, and then gaining 4 Fear, which is a fear card. And then I can gather a beast in a land without blight, so I'll gather a beast into here. I'll leave this presence here, and then 1 damage per beast, so we'll do 4 damage here, killing a city and an explorer, generating 2 fear, which is another fear card. And then I can push up to 2 beasts, but I will decide not to. And then we will go to Invader Phase, fear card. Each player removes an explorer and town from a land with beasts, or 1 explorer from a land adjacent to beasts. So I will remove this explorer and town from this land with beasts. Then we have Restlessness. Each player pushes up to 3 explorers or towns from a land not matching a build card. Pushes up to 3 explorers or towns not matching a build card. So I will push... oh, it can't be jungle or wetland. So I will push these 2 towns and 1 explorer into this mountain. Okay. Now, jungles will ravage. This is skipping all its actions, and then the jungles and wetlands will build. This does nothing. This is skipped again, and then this wetland will get a town, and this wetland will get a town, and then they will explore jungles and sands. So this jungle will get an explorer. This one is still skipping all actions, and then this sand will get another explorer, and this sand will get an explorer. Everything moves over. Okay, and then Teeth a Gleam from Darkness. I will target this mountain, and then since the target land has both beast and invaders, I will just grab 3 fear. I don't know. I can't. Maybe I don't do that. Maybe I just add a beast. It's just going to be this city. That's the problem. Well, actually, they're building a city in the sand, too. Yeah, I'll just generate 3 fear. Okay. Now, I'm going to spend 1 energy to reclaim and gain another power card. I'll grab another major power. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have Infestation of Venomous Spiders. Okay. Add a beast, gather up to 1 beast. For each beast, 1 fear, and invaders skip 1 action in target land. I mean, yeah. Okay, so I'll take that for sure. I'll forget Rights of the Land's Rejection. And then I'm just going to grab this big 3 energy button. And then I'll gain 4 more energy from my track. And then I will play Paralyzing Fright and Infestation of Venomous Spiders for a whopping 8 energy. I will use Paralyzing Fright to gain 4 fear and skip jungles and wetlands, so skip this wetland from doing anything. And then infestation of venomous spiders. I will choose this wetland, add a beast, gather up to 1 beast. So gather a beast. And then for each beast, gain 1 fear, invaders skip 1 action. But I also have the threshold. I have 2 air, I have 2 earth, and I have 3 animal. So after this power causes invaders to skip an action, do 4 damage. So I will use that to gain 2 fear, another fear card, skipping 2 actions there. Actually, I can use my innate power first to do 3 damage here. Yeah, I'll do 3 damage here to kill this city, generating another 2 fear. Pushing these over into here. I'll also go ahead and push my presence into there too. So that way there will be 4 beasts in there, so we'll gain 2 more fear from that. And that'll be great. So now we have a bunch of fear cards to resolve. Terror level 3 now. Each player may choose a land with the Han or adjacent to the Han. Invaders do not ravage there this turn. I'm just going to ignore that. On each board, isolate 2 lands. In each of those lands, if buildings are present, skip all build actions. Incredible. I will isolate this sand and I don't know, this jungle. And then last one, destroy all explorers and lands with buildings. Each city destroys a town in its land. So destroy all explorers and lands with buildings. And then each city will destroy a town in its land. So this will destroy a town, generating a fear. This will destroy a town, generating a fear. And that'll be that. Cool. And then jungles and wetlands ravage. This one is skipped. This one is skipped and then is dealt 4 damage due to the threshold, generating another fear card. And then the jungles and sands will build. This one will not build. This one will. And then this sand will also build, getting another town. Then we'll explore mountains and wetlands. This one will not explore because these 2 lands are isolated. This one will not explore because I am skipping all actions there. This one will not explore because I'm skipping all actions there. So it is just this mountain that gets 1 explorer. Everything moves over. Then I will get all this back. No slow phase. So I'll go away. Okay. So close. I will spend 1 energy to reclaim. Gain a minor power, I guess. We have Renewing Boon, Fire in the Sky, Lure of the Unknown, Golds at Lure. I don't know. I'll take Fire in the Sky. And then I will gain 4 energy from my track. And now I need to think. Because unfortunately, if I gain 3 energy, I don't have enough to play those 2 cards again in a row. So I have to pick one of them, and I'm going to pick Ooh, do I have another card that has air and earth? I do. I have Sky Stretches to Shore. So I could play these two, which would still get the threshold for it. Okay. And then I'll still have my left innate, something like that. So I can go ahead and gain 3 energy. And then spend 5 of that energy on these 2 cards. I have air animal, I have air earth. So I have 2 air, 2 earth, and then I have 3 animal. So I still get the threshold on infestation of venomous spiders. Sky Stretches to Shore is going to do nothing for me other than getting the threshold on infestation of venomous spiders. And then I'm going to use my left innate to gather a beast. Yeah, I have a sacred site up here that's range 2 away, so I'm going to gather a beast into here, deal 3 damage to kill this city, gain 2 fear. I'm also going to turn... I can actually, instead of Sky Stretches to Shore, I can just play Fire in the Sky. I won't get the threshold anymore, but I don't actually need it. Because now I can use Infestation of Venomous Spiders to add a beast here. Gain 4 fear. And then Fire in the Sky to gain 2 more fear. And that is a fear victory against the Kingdom of Sweden as Sharp Fangs Behind the Leaves, thanks to Paralyzing Fright and Infestation of Venomous Spiders going top path and triggering the threshold on this card and just generating way too much fear for the invaders to handle. I am surprised. I never in a million years thought that I was going to win that game once this Blight card flipped. But we found a way to get there. I really hope I didn't misplay anywhere. And I know that I was in the think tank on that one for a really, really long time on a lot of those turns, but it was all worth it. We made it. I'm really proud of that one. And yeah, Sharp Fangs Behind the Leaves, very, very hard to pilot properly. Very thinky spirit, and I honestly don't even think that I played it that well. I still feel like there was probably something I could have done better, but with all that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.